Eyewitness Dinosaur Hunter is a point-and-click education game developed by DK Multimedia and released for Windows in 1996. It's part of the Eyewitness virtual reality series, even though it's not really a virtual reality game in the slightest. Back in 1996, the term virtual reality was thrown around a lot. Basically, since you can explore a 3D space in a first-person perspective, it's virtual reality, right? Just go along with it. I suppose you could stick your face right up to the old 90s CRT monitors and put a cardboard box around your head to make it feel like you were in the game. Did anyone else do that? Each of their 30-ish minute videos would be on a different topic, and they were fun and light-hearted with great visual segments alongside the narration.
The greatest mystery of the dinosaurs is the what done it of their extinction. There are many theories. One holds that a huge increase in ultraviolet rays gave dinosaurs cataracts, and they stumbled blindly into extinction.
There are a ton of Eyewitness games made by DK Multimedia that were broadly similar, like Eyewitness Virtual Reality Cats or Eyewitness Virtual Reality EarthQuest. 3D museums in the shape of the titular eye logo that you could explore, play various educational games, visit exhibits, watch videos and listen to narrations similar to the TV series. But Eyewitness Dinosaur Hunter was different because it was frightening. I was frightened of this game as a kid. The soundtrack, the atmosphere, the visuals, they were quite intense. And it's probably one of the early experiences that sparked my interest in PC games and, well, dinosaurs. You honestly just have to take a look for yourself and go back to a simpler time when going around a 3D virtual museum was the most fun you could have as a kid. Let's get started. Bum, 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 bum. I love that slightly distorted, low quality sound of 90s PC games. It instantly brings back a flood of memories and makes you feel like you're about to go on an adventure. You jump straight in and see a dinosaur roaming the halls before the narrator comes in to give us a guide.
Dinosaurs from 250 million years ago can be brought back to life in Eyewitness Virtual Reality Dinosaur Hunter. Make your way to the dinosaur excavation site immediately. Once there, it's your task to travel deep beneath the surface of the Earth, to search for fossilized bones, and to bring long-dead dinosaurs back to life. Go to the dinosaur excavation site without delay.
We input our name and have a look around. Interestingly, there are already several tours set up that, when activated, will take you around the museum on a predetermined path so you can sit back and watch. It's great for kids. You can even make your own tour, which is a wonderful feature. In the mind of a child, however, with little to no experience of PC games, I'm now imagining that the dinosaur from earlier is stalking the halls of the museum waiting to kill me. It's not, of course, it's just a cutscene, but you didn't know that back then. We start making our way in the direction we were shown earlier and we're greeted with this. What a scene. The scale of the dinosaur as the camera pans up to it, the foreboding background music with ambient dinosaur roars, the shadows masking the head and the enormous mouth. Just soak in this atmosphere for a second. Doesn't it feel like something is just about to jump out and pounce on you? Nah, I'm joking. There's a ton of stuff to interact with and the information available here is pretty damn extensive. It doesn't dumb anything down for children either, just presents it in a fun way. You can find extra information on any dinosaur you see in the museum and even compare its key features to others. It's even got the most objectively cool dinosaur, the Barosaurus, which is actually much cooler than the T-Rex and everyone agrees with me. It wouldn't surprise me though if some of Dinosaur Hunter's scientific information is out of date. Like I said, it was released in 1996, so I have no idea how much of this is still considered factually accurate. Just take it with a pinch of salt when you're playing. The map wraps around from the Jurassic period to the Jurassic and Cretaceous, so you can actually follow the timeline around in an oval pattern and see the progression of dinosaurs. Let's do this dinosaur excavation thing. A drilling machine hangs ominously over a gigantic pit. You pick which dinosaur you want to excavate. Let's go with the Heterodontosaurus. It's missing all the bones pictured, so let's dive down. Basically, you move left to right, extracting fossils and scanning them. If you match the age of your dinosaur, you probably found one. Just match them up best as possible, store them in the corresponding container, search across all 3 levels, and then return to the surface to put everything back together again. This minigame isn't particularly easy to navigate, and some of the fossils are too small to see even when viewed on large modern monitors. I got everything except the damn radius. I can't slot it in, it's the same age and everything. Damn. I even searched all 3 levels again and then came back up, and it's definitely this. Okay, damn, one more search. No, it is definitely this. Back up and the fossil has disappeared. It's not in any of the containers. This dinosaur excavation game is a cool idea for the time, but it hasn't aged too well. What's next? Why'd the music cut out? Go back, go back, go back! Dinosaur Hunter was made to terrify children, I swear to God. If only I could listen to the soothing dulcet tones of a middle-aged woman.
The large curved teeth and interdental plates on this fossilised jaw fragment would have been ideal for tearing through flesh and bone. This diet wore the teeth away quickly, so they were constantly being replaced.
That makes everything better. The hell is this?
Iguanodon's hand looked remarkably human. It had a thumb spike which was probably used as a weapon. The sharp point could have penetrated an attacker's hide, inflicting vicious wounds. Iguanodon's outer finger could be turned in towards the palm and used to grasp the plants that it ate.
That's like an X-Men power. I take it back, the Iguanodon is the objectively coolest dinosaur. So yeah, there's obviously a ton of exhibits and exploring and clicking on things to hear interesting facts. The impressive part is just how many animations and deep educational tools there are. Take this map that shows you exactly where historical dinosaur fossils were first found, or this other interactive map that shows you how the world's continents drifted apart.
Pangaea was the supercontinent that made up the whole world at the beginning of the Triassic period, 248 million years ago. It was made up of all lands joined together. The northern part was called Laurasia, and the southern part was called Gondwana. Between them was the Tethys Ocean. Much of the land lay far from oceans and was very dry. The supercontinent Pangaea moved slowly northwards as one huge piece of land. After the middle of the Triassic period, cracks started to appear in parts of eastern North America and west and central Europe and northwest Africa.
Truly, this is the ultimate dinosaur museum, and it was an especially wonderful experience for kids who weren't fortunate enough to regularly visit these kind of places in the real world. There's only one thing this game will never be able to replicate: the unbridled joy of walking into the museum gift shop as a kid, stealing those shiny rocks they always had in big containers. You're joking me.
You did. You crazy son of a bitch, you did.
The flood of nostalgia, I remember this. They've got masks, stationery, postcards. I remember trying to print these off in the public library. They would have cost a fortune in ink, and damn, screensavers. Screensavers were the coolest thing in the 90s. They've even got a bunch of dinosaur sounds that you can save to your hard drive. Hey, the printing system still works and the quality isn't half bad. Now I can make all the dinosaur notepad paper that I need. Let's check out the main feature, the arena, the expansive area in the middle of every Eyewitness museum map. This is my core memory of these games. Usually it's the first place every kid goes to because it's straight ahead of the spawn area, but I wanted to save it until last. Picture this being your first experience of realistic 3D environments in a video game. Just breathe it in. Alright, it might not seem like much now, but back then you felt as if you could walk straight through the monitor and into the game. The lighting and shadows go a long way here to compensate for the limited textures back then. It still looks great today. Around the corner there's more exhibits and animated displays.
Bipedal dinosaurs like this Tyrannosaurus moved on 2 legs. While walking, Tyrannosaurus placed one foot in front of the other in a movement similar to a human's. It used its powerful legs to reach speeds of up to 25 kilometers per hour, although it was too big and bulky to maintain this over any great distance. Dinosaurs were the only reptiles, either past or present, to have achieved an erect stance.
But the main feature is following the stairwell as it spirals around the two gigantic dinosaurs in the centre of the arena. You can view glass screens that give you an X-ray cutout of the segment of the dinosaur, after which you can start a quiz. If you get the questions wrong, the dinosaur farts. Excuse me, it's supposed to be a roar. It's hard to tell from down below. But yeah, that's the third nail-biting, pants-wetting moment for any kid out there. And you answer the question wrong, you unknowingly get punished with this jump scare when your speakers are probably at max volume. There's a lift at the bottom of the arena that can presumably take you to different Eyewitness games. I'm not sure, I assume it was a way to link all the museums together if you were playing on a multi-pack CD, or maybe it would just quit out and load the corresponding game once you change CDs. Either way, it's a great idea and it only adds to the immersion. Dinosaur Hunter made you excited for the future. Like sometime when you were older you'd be exploring fully virtual environments that were indistinguishable from real life. And they were correct, the technology is here. They should remake all Eyewitness games in proper virtual reality. I really can't overstate just how popular 3D virtual dinosaur games were back in the early 90s, mainly due to Jurassic Park, but the world was absolutely obsessed with dinosaurs, and dinosaur museums oddly enough. A game called 3D Dinosaur Adventure was released by Knowledge Adventure a little earlier in 1993. That came packaged with 3D glasses that you could use.
Welcome to Dinosaur Adventure 3D. If you need more help, click on the question mark.
Are you ready to go on a dinosaur safari?
Welcome to the 3D Dinosaur Museum. Put your 3D glasses on.
They also released Dinosaur Adventure 3D in 1999, not to be confused with 3D Dinosaur Adventure that we just saw. It's Dinosaur Adventure 3D, not 3D Dinosaur Adventure. There's a big difference.
Starts with a T and ends with a Rex. Life used to be great on Paleo Island. Sipping on cool, clear water. Soaring in the sun. Then he showed up. Very tired. Very, well, let's say, cranky. And very, very hungry. It's been tough for all of us, but mostly for the nesting dinos. See, when a dino gets scared, a dino forgets everything, even its own eggs. Yep, we've got us a big problem, all right. About 20 feet tall and 50 feet long.
It's a kind of cutesy Land Before Time educational game mixed in with 3D environments, but in my opinion Dinosaur Hunter was the crowning jewel of these types of games. There really isn't much more to say here lest I take you on a 2-hour tour of dinosaur facts. The maps are relatively small but they're crammed packed full of beautiful artwork, musical scores and educational exhibits. The narration is top notch and you can immediately tell the Eyewitness games were made with the same level of passion and expertise that went into the documentary TV series. In a sea of 90s educational dinosaur games, many of which were soulless cash grabs, you have Eyewitness Dinosaur Hunter, a gem. And perhaps the fact that it scared me somewhat as a kid is why I remember it so fondly today. All I can really suggest is that you play these games yourselves, but especially watch the British, not American, TV series. See you in the next video. Where's the damn radius? I actually can't find it.